we have expanded our fleet of vehicles to now over 400. Half of that fleet is cargo bicycles for delivery and commute, right? So you can see them here. This is just a handful that haven't gone out yet this morning, but they are ready for our riders to come pick them up and go do deliveries with our fleet partners.
Guys, do you remember Celeste and Jimmy of eWAKA? Last year, I was fortunate to interview them about their business here in Kenya. They are into electric vehicles, I mean, two-wheelers. And then I'm here back in Kenya. I can't be in Kenya without meeting eWAKA. What is happening? I see new vehicles over here. What is happening? Tell me.
Well, a lot has happened since we last met, Dave, and really it's so good to see you again, and thank you for visiting us again. The first thing that has changed, as you can notice, is you got a new pin location when we talked. We've moved. We're now very centrally located on Gong Road. And then the second thing that has changed is that we have expanded our fleet of vehicles to now over 400.
Over 400?
Yes. Awesome. And half of that fleet is cargo bicycles for delivery and commute, right? So you can see them here. This is just a handful that haven't gone out yet this morning, but they are ready for our riders to come pick them up and go do deliveries with our fleet partners.
Fantastic. I mean, this is good development. Jimmy, last year we made some reviews of these motorcycle scooters. There were about 4 different types. Do you still have these types, or if you introduce more of these bikes?
So we've not introduced any more yet. Actually, what we were doing then with the number of models was to really find a good market fit as part of our collection of data points to fit the real need of the market. So we can say now that we are confident we found 3 use cases that we seek to deploy long term.
Awesome. Yes. Okay, so Celeste, what is the approach to the market now?
Right. So as Jimmy said, we've identified the 3 vehicle types that we are confident will help us scale across Kenya, but also across the continent. One of them is the kick scooters in campuses and parks. The second one is the cargo bicycle for delivery and for commuters. And then the third one is the boda. So the approach is really threefold. We have rentals through our fleet partnership agreements. We have sales, and we have services. And the services include training of the riders, include training of technicians, but also battery as a service. So battery swapping.
Battery as a service.
Exactly.
Okay. I think I really like what you guys are doing at the moment here in Kenya.
Thank you.
I mean, adding so much value to not only selling or providing bicycles, but at least training other people to also understand this shift to renewable energy or green energy. Fantastic. So last year we spoke about expansion. You spoke about some expansions. Have you been able to expand outside Kenya?
Yeah, absolutely, and it's happened in the way these things happen in startups. Not exactly the way we had planned it. We've actually been responding to a lot of interest from around the continent, right? So we are developing partnerships with people in other countries, and sharing the model with them and supplying them. So the first such partner is a partner in Rwanda.
Wow.
So we've been testing 2 of the vehicles, the kick scooter in a park, and we also are going to be testing the cargo bike, also on the fleet partnership model there. But we also have a lot of interest from West Africa, and we are also, at the moment, shipping some samples to a couple of countries in West Africa to start there. As I said, it's really about finding the right partners, right?
Okay, fantastic. So I remember earlier this year, I was following Kenyan news, and I realized the government or the president has shown interest in this transition to e-mobility. He said a lot about it. So what do you think about this whole thing?
I think it has come in timely because while we were starting, a lot has been said, which when we rolled out, and that was why Kenya was one of the interests, but the country didn't move quickly to actually implement some of the incentives to actually support e-mobility. But we are so much happy now and looking forward to all these incentives that the government, first of all, when the government starts this conversation, it means also the people are getting to this part of the conversation. Then it makes our life easier in terms of creating awareness to the masses, So it has really come at the right time, and we're looking forward to the implementation of some of those proposals by the government.
All right, good to know.
We're very excited about some of the changes that are taking place with this new administration, right? I think there is a clear signal that e-mobility is an important pillar in the administration's policy to revive this economy and to put new life in it. And I think e-mobility really has the potential not only to transform transportation, right? And as you can see from the different models, there's room for multimodality in this economy, but it also has the potential to change the economy. Right, we have three good examples. Right, through our fleet partnerships, we're bringing in young unemployed people. We're bringing in women. Traditionally, women have been excluded from the delivery space, right? You can't build an economy with only 50% of the population, right?
That is true.
And so by bringing in vehicles that are easier to ride for women, by connecting them to jobs, we are actually enabling through e-mobility the transformation of the economy. That's number one. Number two, we're building what we're calling the eWAKA Academy. And through that academy, we want to make sure that we have a holistic approach. Right? So it's not only about providing a vehicle to somebody to go do a delivery. We train people to understand what an e-vehicle really is. Understand the motor, understand the controller, understand the battery, optimize the use of the vehicle, safety measures. It's very important to know how to ride these vehicles, right? They can be very powerful, but they also can be managed. So we train them on that. But further to that, we're also training our riders on financial literacy. Right? We are bringing in models that help them not only acquire one vehicle, but hopefully start a business, right? So for us, this is not just about mobility. It's not just about transportation. I think we have an opportunity here to really build something that has a more pervasive impact. I told you earlier that we did the assembly of our vehicles from scratch. Each vehicle came in 47 parts, 47. Like from the screws to the frame, right? And we had the opportunity to train a number of technicians. This transfer of know-how from the supplier and from the OEMs to the technicians in Kenya is also crucial, right? Because services are going to have to follow. Right? You can't just give a vehicle to someone. You need to learn how to fix it. You need to learn how to address some of the issues. So to answer your question, we're very excited that the Kenyan government, you heard at the Madaraka speech from President Ruto, and you've seen through some of the associations around mobility that there's a lot going on, from tariffs to new policies. The hike in fuel pricing, will also drive people to e-mobility. So, it's a holistic approach that is very exciting, right?
Wow, awesome. I mean, listening to what you just said, I can see you are contributing to many of the United Nations Sustainable Goals in terms of clean cities, equality, partnership for the goals and others. So you guys are doing a fantastic job here in Kenya.
I just want to add that all of our charging stations, at least the one at this location, will be powered through solar. right? The Kenyan grid is very clean, but
Yeah.
we also know that in order to have a more pervasive impact,
Yeah.
it's important to take the clean discussion to its fullest potential, right? So that is one of the things that we're also working on. So
Wow.
very
Wow.
excited to be on the cusp of something so big.
Fantastic. Okay. Great meeting you guys once again. And I believe by next year, things would have been more greater. Okay. Thank you.